So let's talk about how to actually hypnotize yourself for success. This is something that I have done in my own life. If you guys have been following me, I've been doing this for a while and I've helped thousands of people across my social media platforms and my one-on-one clients achieve their version of success. Let's get into it. My name is Pablo. I'm a hypnotherapist, one of the fastest growing and leading hypnotherapists in the modern day. Let's get into it. So if we're going to talk about how to actually hypnotize yourself for success, this is something that I'm going to treat like I do in my one-on-one sessions with my private clients. So first things first, I have to ask you what your goals are. You have to be able to define what success is to you. It could be a very short-term thing. Like success to me might mean buying a new car. Success to you might mean moving out of your parents' house. Success to you might mean hitting $10,000 a month or hitting six figures a year. Whatever it is, it could be a short-term goal, or it could mean working from anywhere in the world, starting a business, exiting your business, whatever it is, depending on what level you are playing at and want to play at. You and only you must define what success is to you. I always ask my clients to define what a beautiful life looks like. That is part of the homework that I make them do, because most people don't know. And it isn't ever that you are incapable of executing on your dream or executing on your vision. You just need to know what it is. You just need to know what it looks like. Most people have no idea how to execute because they don't know what they're going for. They don't know what they're going for, and it's on us to plan this. It's on us to define this. We are fully accountable for the life that we build for ourselves. It's just, are you clear about what you're building? Most people nobody lacks talent, they lack clarity. Clarity is something we can cultivate, and we are responsible for cultivating ourselves. So I would stop this video here, or I'd continue the video and I'd come back to this as like the homework and define this part. Because I guarantee if you cannot say this, if you cannot answer this like that, you are going to end up with randomness. You're going to end up with a life that is probably subpar and doesn't reflect what you're actually capable of and what you actually want. So define this. And this can keep changing. That's okay. But you always must have an answer for this. What is a beautiful life to you? Define a beautiful life. What is success to you? Right now, in the future, forever and always. What is success to you? And when you have this, we can proceed. See, a lot of my clients came to me saying, hey, I just want to make more money, straight up. Or I want to get rid of my anxiety, or I want to be more confident. That, to them, is them in their most successful state, or them in the stream of success. And when you have an idea of what a beautiful life is and what success means to you, you must then answer, who must you become? Right? And the way I would get my clients to answer this in our initial consultations was, okay, so you know what you want. You want to be more confident. Why do you think you haven't gotten there yet? And they'd probably, they tend to answer it themselves. So who must you become? And when you answer this, I want you to trust whatever answer comes up, because your instinct is, your intuition here, we should say that. Your intuition is never wrong. And your answer for this, we could have the same dream, the same vision, but your answer of who you must become will vary from my answer of who I must become. You might need consistency. I might need creativity. You might need to put out content. You might need to become a person who puts out content. I might need to become a person who networks and talks to people. Like, there's an infinite amount of ways to the same life we're building, but we are all here to learn our own lessons. So I throw this back to you. Who must you become? In other words, what qualities, ask yourself this, what qualities do I display at this level? When I'm playing at this high level as a millionaire or billionaire or business owner or whatever it is, as a leading hypnotherapist, I had to ask myself, what qualities do I display at that level? Well, I'm someone who is consistent, who is relentless, who is abundant in the mind and in their work, someone who puts the customer and the client first. Ask yourself this in other words. What kind of man am I? What kind of woman am I at this level? Right? At this level. Because We are done playing at the level that we're playing at. You're done playing the level that you were playing at before. All the stuff you see around you, your environment, your office, wherever you are right now, the routine you have, your 9 to 5, like all that is a reflection of your past self, not this present moment and not where you're heading. Those are the lagging indicators. This is the shift right now. You absorbing this content is the shift right now. And you must ask yourself, what kind of woman or what kind of man am I at this level? Well, I am a woman and or man. That came out weird. I'm a person of, let's just say, focus, discipline, consistency, sheer will, relentlessness, whatever it is. Think habits and character traits. Because it's not about the Ferrari or the mansion or the Rolls Royce or the private jet. It's about who you need to become. You must become the person that gets those things. When you become the person that gets those things and you sustain that for a long enough time, that version of you can't help but attract those things. Those things can't help but be attracted to you. They will somehow, some way in this infinite universe find their way to you. And the more committed and the more authentically you are that person, the faster that all happens. The more that becomes your normal in your mind, where all reality starts and stops, the more this becomes normal. Who must you become? And we'll talk about how to program that, how to literally shift realities. Because again, reality starts and stops in the mind. What you see around you is not reality. It's what's being projected from your mind. That is where reality starts and stops. So who must you become, right? What is success to you? And then what kind of person gets that success? What version of you gets that success? And again, whatever answers you display are the things that you are now admitting that you do not display. So if you say you need to become a person of focus, discipline, consistency, and sheer will, well, that means you probably aren't displaying those things right now. And if you are, then not to a high enough degree. What you noted down is an admittance of what you must cultivate from within. And this is a great thing because now you have what? Clarity. Now you have clarity. And clarity, from clarity, we can do all things. From clarity stems all things. We now are clear on who we must become. And so when we are clear on who we must become, we can program ourselves to become this person, and we can understand when we are in or out of alignment with that state of us, that version of us. Now we have clarity. This is the golden ticket. Okay? I'm getting real good at this PowerPoint stuff. It's Canva stuff. So now we know who we need to become. We know the qualities we need, right? So let's look at it this way. And I'm just going to do this, make this a bit more interactive. So let's just say the qualities are focus, discipline, consistency, and sheer will, right? Let's just say those are the qualities. So now these are what we are going to program into our mind. Does that make sense? At the deepest level. This is what we're going to program into our mind. Let's talk about how to do that. Subconscious programming. Subconscious programming is, and I talk about the subconscious mind a lot, so if you want me to go deeper, please refer to my other videos. But where's my handy dandy mind? Here we go. Here we are. All right. So the mind can be divided into two categories. It can be divided into the conscious mind, which occupies about 5% of our brain power, and the subconscious mind, which occupies 95% of our brain power. What's the most powerful category? Well, the subconscious mind, because 95%, right? The subconscious mind houses our deepest beliefs, our identity, right? So we could also title this, or we could also label this identity and identity shifting. Here we go. And perception is reality, right? How we identify is what. So in the subconscious mind, we house all the things like our traumas, our deepest beliefs, limiting beliefs. All these things shape up who we feel we are in the world, and how who we are relative to ourselves, relative to other people, and relative to the world around us. It's where we believe the universe is abundant, or it is made of lack. Where it's good and bad. It's where we make up yin and yang. It's the vault, the bank vault of all of our memories, all the things that house our identity, help us process things, so on and so forth. So when we change the subconscious mind, we're shifting our identities, which is what we want, because we want to shift into who we must become. And if perception is reality, and perception, the things that make up our identity and our perception are housed in the subconscious mind, well, then we can also call this reality shifting, because all reality is created in the mind internally before it's created externally. Forgive me if this noise is bothering y'all. Because when we shift internally, externally, things take care of themselves. And I'm sure you guys can find many examples of what that looks like. So if we know that our work has to be done on the subconscious mind, right? We must figure out how to unlock the subconscious mind. This is where hypnosis comes into play. And how I'm going to teach you how to do this yourself. Through self-hypnosis. And really everything we do is self-hypnosis. Everything we say is self-hypnosis. But this is like the more elementary self-hypnosis. This is like, besides all the deep techniques, this is like the autopilot stuff you can do. So to unlock the subconscious mind, we have to bypass the conscious mind. It's done that way because the subconscious mind, the brain has designed itself, or evolution has designed the brain to be efficient. We don't want to be accessing the subconscious mind all the time, because then we're always like stuck in limbo. We're always, you don't have all the time in the world to be reflecting on your deepest memories and things like that. Like, could you imagine if all your deepest memories kept flashing in front of your eyes at the same time? Your conscious mind focuses on what's happening right now in this present moment. And to program the subconscious mind, we must bypass I can't speak today, the conscious mind. If you don't understand, just keep following along. How do we do that? There are a few ways, a few effective and efficient ways. First, deep meditation. This is difficult to get right. I've been building a meditation practice for a few years now, and I can tell you, this is difficult to get right. It's something worth doing and adopting as a practice, a never-ending practice, but it's difficult to get to a point where you are intentionally accessing your subconscious mind and then staying conscious enough, not drifting away, to be able to plant new ideas into the mind. Like, that takes a high level and a very mindful meditator. Second, get hypnotized professionally. Third, self-hypnosis. There are advanced techniques. This is similar to number 1 of deep meditation. Very, very similar. Number 4, this is what we're going to focus on. Self-hypnosis via your biological clock. Let's talk about what that means. This is the most efficient and effective way. Right. So, accessing the subconscious mind through the biological clock. So, to make this make sense, you need to understand brain waves. So, there are gamma, alpha, beta, theta, and delta waves. And when we are asleep, like knocked out, we're in REM, you are in the delta. Your brain waves are your brain waves are operating at a delta wave frequency, which is like the most relaxed. You're 3 levels deep into the dream world. A bit above that are theta waves. That is where we want to operate, right? This is when you are in deep levels of meditation. This is trance. This is hypnosis. This is when you are conscious of things, but like you're also like it's like that sleepwalking state or that daydreaming state. Daydreaming is the easiest way for me to is the easiest way for me to put it to you. Alpha trance daydreaming state. When you're daydreaming and like you're just in a blank stare, or you're like you're in the middle of drifting between sleeping and being awake, like that is the state we want. This happens when we first wake up and when we are drifting to sleep. We are in this state naturally. And as you wake up, you become more and more alert and more conscious. And as you go to sleep, you become more and more unconscious. In that first 20 minutes and that last 20 minutes are where we are going to intentionally program our mind to the point where over time, the brain is literally going to morph and change physically. These windows, I need you to treat them as sacred, because whatever you expose your mind to is who you become. Whatever you expose your mind to in these two windows is who you become. This is why it irks me when I think about my old self, and the first thing I would do is go on TikTok or Reddit or Instagram first thing in the morning and last thing before bed. Do you know what you're doing? You're turning yourself into a sheep for the algorithms. This should be sacred. These moments are sacred, and this is when if you can treat these windows as sacred and get these right, you can become a totally different person in 30 days. Like you'll start speaking differently, your confidence will go through the roof. Whatever it is, like your voice might get deeper. You'll be a creative genius. Like this is when you can literally change who you are and change your reality, what your brain perceives as reality, what your brain perceives you as. This is when you can change it. All right? This is when you can intentionally program the mind. What do we do in these moments? What do we do in these windows? First thing, deep affirmations. I always recommend audios because you don't have to watch anything. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to sit there. You can literally listen to the affirmations when you wake up and when you go to bed. Second, deep mantras that you create on your own. And this is something I help create with my one-on-one clients. Number 3, hypnosis audios and videos. I'll come back to this in a sec because I really like this. Number 4, exercise. Doing push-ups or squats first thing in the morning, first thing at night. That on its own is great because when we exercise, it releases chemicals from our brain, feel-good chemicals, and chemicals that make us want to keep going and keep pushing and become ambitious and things like that, and keep working on ourselves. And number 5, exercise combined with any of 1 to 4 is also like it's also a cheat code. Like for example, first thing in the morning, I used to listen to my affirmations while doing push-ups and squats, and I still do. Why? Sorry, I said I would come back to this. So why I like number 3 so much? Why I like number 3 so much is because if you're listening to hypnosis audios and videos like the one I provide on my Instagram and TikToks and YouTube, but also especially in Deep Mind Programming School, it incorporates visualization, and you need visualization. Like that is like the manifestation cheat code is visualization. You hear people talking about that all the time, literally the daydream state. Daydreaming through your vision, walking and talking through into your vision. That is why hypnosis is so powerful. Because it takes you through these visualizations and actually makes you feel things, right? It actually makes you feel things. And what's happening is calibrating your mind and your body on a cellular level. Actually, this is the science behind it, to who you need to be. So that you become, and because it's such an intense sensation, an intense daydream and visualization, that is who you start to become. That becomes your baseline. that becomes your homeostasis. And so now you become very sensitive over time as to when you're out of alignment with that. And so you naturally gain an appetite for things that make you feel the way you're supposed to feel as the most successful version of you. And you lose an appetite for the things that take you out of this. Right? So from everything we've discussed so far, this is the nitty-gritty. Pick one of these things. Ideally, number 3, ideally in Deep Mind Programming School, link in the description. It's well worth the $50 a month. And in the first 20 minutes of the day and the last 20 minutes at night, listen to that or do whatever one of these 5. How long should this take? Well, success is a process. This never ends. However, to start seeing results, I would break it down into 30-day windows. 30 days of course correction, 30 days of self-transformation work at a time, no less. The thing that stops people from seeing results is 2 things. Number 1, they're inconsistent, or number 2, they're not consistent for a long enough time. Most people give up too soon and don't give themselves a fighting chance at morphing, at creating transformation, at becoming this new person for whatever reason. I mentioned this a second ago, but the reason why I'm so big on pushing Deep Mind Programming School is because it works. It's gotten results for thousands of people. I believe in it. It's gotten results for me. What it actually is, and I've talked about this in several other videos, is it's a one-stop shop for intensive hypnosis, hypnotherapy, and education, and a systematic, organized curriculum designed to get you results in 30 days. It's what I wish I had. It's what I did with my one-on-one clients, grouped into like a schedule. And it goes beyond 30 days. It goes up to like day 52. It's day 1, do this. Day 2, do this. Day 3, listen to this. Day 4, listen to this. All your rapid hypnosis videos, 3 minutes and under. All your hypnosis videos for week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. All of these things, like it's all there. You don't have to go search for affirmation videos or best hypnosis videos. No, it's all there. There's money. There's confidence. There's manifestation. There's unlocking your intuition. There's unlocking your greatness, unlocking your creativity. Like, go through that and you'll become the most powerful version of yourself, guaranteed. Guaranteed. Right? So if we're talking about how to actually hypnotize yourself for success, this is it. Like, it's this process. It's taking advantage of your biological clock. And in these moments, listening to hypnosis audios or affirmations or whatever it is that reflect who you're trying to become. So hypnosis audios for discipline, hypnosis audios for consistency, hypnosis audios for focus. All these things for 30 days. Come back to me and tell me you didn't see results. Won't happen. Why? Because I know, just because I'm good at this. I've been doing this for a long time. Anyway, questions and thoughts in the comments. Hit the like button. See you guys in the next video. I'm out. Peace.